Hey guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. We're here at a compost bin which I started a test back in June, and this is now a 3-monthly update because it was the end of June and now we're the first week of October, so a whisker over 3 months. This test was a totally set and forget test, and I will put the link for part 1 below. It was a shredded paper, horse manure and a little bit of coffee grounds, just layered, a bit of a lasagna in this compost bin, and we haven't touched it at all. We've been through winter, it's been a fairly wet winter, and I haven't had to water it. I think I watered it once, maybe twice. I wanted to keep it damp. It's under this quilt. So let's have a look what's happened. I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked it, I'm pretty sure the worms would have come back up by now. We're doing it as a 6-month test, so this is kind of a bit over the halfway mark. Let's have a look and see what creatures are under this quilt. As you can see, it's been totally undisturbed. I've just made sure that it stayed damp, and there was once or twice that I had to soak it with the hose, but we've had a pretty wet winter with regular showers, and most of the time it stayed pretty damp. So let's peel back the top quilt and see what's happened. Now there's still shredded paper around the edges because that dries out. Oh, and I also, oh look, there's worms there. I'd also throw in a couple of old Hessian bags just on top of it. We have lots of slaters, we have worms. They've come up from the ground. I don't have a bottom in these compost bins, so the composting worms just come up from below. Let's peel back. Oh, the Hessian's actually fallen apart. There's worms everywhere. Fantastic to see. So they've come up, they're probably really enjoying the horse manure. Looks like the paper's mostly gone. You can see the paper around the edges here. And let's just dig down a bit. So the paper, we'll dig down here. The paper's disappeared. These are big lumps of horse manure. Oh, there's a layer of paper underneath that. It's actually a little bit dry. There's lots of little worms here. Lots of tiny ones. It's probably really good breeding conditions for the worms. And by leaving the horse manure in big lumps and with the shredded paper, and it wasn't compacted, it should be nicely aerated, so there should be plenty of oxygen. We were never after a hot compost. This was just a slow set and forget. It's not overly wet. Probably could be a bit damper actually. I mean, we've had a lot of showery weather, but you wonder how much actually soaks down. So it looks like it's absolutely teeming with life here. There's baby slaters, there's springtails, there's even one of these big old slug things. I don't know what they eat, but they're in here. Lots of tiny worms. Lots of tiny worms. Look at that. They're all little young ones. There's some that are almost microscopic. I think they're called wisps, aren't they, baby worms? Anyway, it's going really, really well. The worms have come right up through it. They're absolutely having a field day. The big lumps of horse manure are going to take quite a while to break down, and if I had have wanted to happen quickly, I probably should have mulched them, or even because they were dry when I put them in, I could have even just charged over them with the lawnmower and just mulched them all up. But as I said, having the big lumps keeps it aerated nicely. It's unlikely, well, it certainly hasn't gone anaerobic because there's been plenty of oxygen getting through it. These Hessian bags are just disintegrating, so it's all going really, really well. So let's just put the cover back down this side and we'll have a look on the other side. But it looks like I probably should have put a bit more water on it. Oh, look at this. So that's magnificent. There's springtails galore everywhere here. There's so much wildlife. Big healthy worms here. Yeah, it's a bit wetter here. It's a bit more gluggy. And you can see there's some coffee grounds there. And there's plenty of worms in amongst that. Lots more springtails on this side. Big juicy worms there. And you can see how where the paper's just been allowed to stay dry, they've obviously eaten the rest of this layer. So it does need to stay damp. But this is a really great microclimate here for all the good organisms that are going to help our waste turn into beautiful soil. Alright, so that'll do with the 3-month check. I reckon it's actually dropped a bit. I reckon the levels come down a couple of boards. So I'll keep it wet, and it's going to be important I mean, we're in early spring at the moment and we are getting showery days, but we're going to leave it go another 3 months or so. And as we get into summer, I'm going to have to make sure I keep the hose on it, keep it damp. And I reckon by the time our next 3 months is up, oh, look at the worms in there. I reckon the paper's going to be all gone in the middle. I think it just about has now anyway. And we're going to be pretty right sometime in the middle of summer to dig this out and put it straight on the garden, which is really good. It's been a very nice low labour, virtually no labour treatment of all these waste products. The shredded paper I get from the bakery, the real estate company over the road every week. Coffee grounds comes from the bakery. The horse manure we picked up from some kids selling it alongside the road. Half an hour to throw it in together, layer it, and just set and forget. And it's going to end up beautiful topsoil for our garden. Lots of nutrients. Excellent. All right, so I'll finish this video up now. Just a quick one for you to give you an update. And I'll add the part 3, the final update, in around about 3 months. I'll link it at the end of this video once it's up, and you can see what the end result is. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.